The thought of not having two-time World Cup winning captain Siya Kolisi leading out the four-time world champions is something that many rugby fans in South Africa would have never considered, especially after the triumphant 2023 World Cup. But when Springbok head coach Rassie Erasmus told the media this week that he was considering a replacement for the 32-year-old, it suddenly became a hot topic of debate.
I'm trying to think back to the time when South Africa had an overseas-based captain, because when Jean de Villiers was captain, he actually came back from Munster and played for the Stormers. We had a case when Adrian Strauss captain. So basically, the bulk of the captains have been based in South Africa. So it's going to be interesting to see how that particular decision then pans out.
It'd be interesting to see what Rassie comes up with, who's going to captain the team. He wants to pick someone local, which is understandable. And personal opinion, I think the likes of Eben is in the run for that, because Eben is still fairly young, although he's been around for 119 tests.
Despite being injured, Kolisi has been in stellar form for his new club in France and warrants selection for the much-anticipated series against Ireland and fierce rivals New Zealand.
I think now that as a player, he still picks himself. I mean, you can't say there's been a significant enough dip in form for him to be dropped. So at the end of the day, when you look at the particular starting 23 from the Rugby World Cup, the match day 23 from for the Ireland series shouldn't veer too much outside of the retirements that will change the makeup of the squad.
Well, I can't imagine them just disconnecting him straight away. I've watched a few of his games now playing for Racing, and his game has stepped up enormously. If you take over the last 7-8 years that he's been involved with the Springboks, not just the captaincy, but his game improves every week. I think, what's he now, 33? So he's not that old yet. So I think he's still got a few years left in him.
The defending World Cup champions will begin the international season with a clash against Wales on the 22nd of June without several overseas-based stars, including Siya Kolisi, as it falls outside the July test window, meaning that the Springboks will have a new captain when they run out at Twickenham. It remains to be seen who that is. Still with back-to-back South African Player of the Year, Eben Etzebeth, already part of the leadership group, the world-class second rower appears to be the man to lead the four-time world champions into their next era as the men in green and gold begin their quest for a third consecutive World Cup title. CS du Plessis, CGTN, Johannesburg.